So I'm not the best with markers, but I did finally realize that if I don't do anything with them, I'm not going to get better. So I've been trying to do more with them. I don't have the patience to do anything that big right now. Just kind of start them and I'll be like, oh wow, that looks terrible on this scale. I'm just gonna throw this away now. So at this point, whenever I try to do anything big, it just ends up a waste of ink. But I've been doing these little 6x4s, and so that's what this is. After Wonder Woman, I figured I'd go back to what I normally do, which is apparently cute girls with wings. Apparently I have a theme. Maybe I should probably do other stuff, but yeah. The nice thing about the small things is that I don't have to plan anything out. I can just kind of go sketching. I knew I wanted to do something bright, and I thought maybe flowers. Wasn't sure, so I just kind of started sketching and ended up with a giant flower and worked around that. I also don't know what I did when I went to Inkerface, but ended up being slightly weird. I fixed it a little bit, but it was still, for some reason, just bits of faces have been really annoying for me to do the line art for recently, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, so I started out with just the Bic mechanical pencil. It's 0.5. We just buy a pack of like 16 of them for like $4 at Target or Walgreens or whatever. And I inked with a Copic, I think it's a fude pen. It's a Copic brush pen. It was the first like pen I had brush pen that I had like actual bristles in it, which was really weird to get used to. Like, it's a really nice soft brush, but when you're used to just using like microliners and such and microns, I just kind of, and the ink is so liquid, it was just so easy to just put like just a little tiny bit too much pressure on and just suddenly have a puddle of ink and just this weird splayed out thing. So I need to get back to practicing with those more, but yeah. I'm also not used to how much markers bleed. Like, I've gotten used to watercolor where it won't, or if the paper is dry, then it doesn't really go over the edges, and with, not at this point in time, but there's a few points, especially around the yellows, where I was not quite careful enough going around the edges, end up with too much ink, and it just pushes, like, the blue pushes into the yellow, and it's like, that's annoying. But it's just how markers work, and I need to get used to it, but yeah. Also tried to do some more blending than usually, because normally when I use markers I'll just use them for flat spaces of color. So especially on the petals, because I didn't have quite the tone of yellow that I wanted, I ended up layering a bunch and then trying to blend them in with a bunch of ink would but yeah. I also ended up putting her wings. Her wings, I think, have my favorite blending in them because it was actually somewhat successful, and I realized that to blend you just have to put a bunch of ink down and then more layers of ink, all the layers of ink. decided to go full on with the sunflower theme, because, you know, do live in Kansas. At one point in time, my driver's license photo, I forgot that's what I was doing that day, so I absentmindedly put a giant sunflower hair clip in my hair. And so for, about 3 years before I turned 21, I had a Kansas driver's license with a giant sunflower on my head visible in it. And now I have silver lipstick, which looks really weird with the holographic thing they have over it. It's like I don't really have bad ID photos, so I shouldn't complain because, like, I'm smiling and my face looks okay, but, like, I had a sunflower at one point, and now my lips are this weird gray tone. But I understand I should stop complaining about that, because it's the only problem with them. But, yeah. See, despite how I don't like markers, I end up, layering enough that I do pretty much like how it turned out. Yeah, I upload videos on Wednesday and Speedpaint on Saturday, and yeah, that's about it.